Hey everyone, so first, some good news. I ordered some studio lights off of Amazon and they're due to be here Sunday. So, as long as they get here on time and there are no hiccups, this should be the last real talk that emanates from the shadows. I'll be a little better lit next week, hopefully. But nonetheless, I wanted to come here and give you some real talk. And the past couple of weeks, we've talked a lot about self care. We've talked a lot about the importance of the arts and how they heal not only us, those creating art, but the people who consume the art as well, and how it's so important in this time. And a lot of you, and I'm right there with you, want to keep creating, want to keep finding ways to put the platform out there and to bring something to people right now. And there are so many ways that you can do that digitally. I feel like there's a lot of hopelessness out there, a lot of uncertainty out there because we can't necessarily go out in the world and play gigs and put on events right now, live and in person, right? And while we don't know when this is all going to be lifted in terms of restrictions, one thing we can do is use the digital platforms at our disposal. With UMC and with the Quinn Spin too, we've been going live a lot with the quarantine jams, with the quarantimes, hangouts on the Quinn Spin page with all of the co-hosts from yesteryear. We've just been finding ways to engage not only our existing audience, but new audiences. And it's something that I think we can take forward with us, even after this is over. And also, these are things that frankly, I've been meaning to do for a while, and being at home with nowhere to go has given me the time to sit down and figure it out and start to work some of the bugs out as well on the technical end, and I encourage you guys to do the same. For you musicians, this is a great time to go live. This is a great time to put out your virtual tip jars, to direct people to your merch, to just continue engaging new audiences, to dive into new platforms that maybe you haven't tried yet that you've been meaning to try. And of course, to increase your presence on the streaming platforms as well and diving into that and understanding that. There's so much that can be done despite the fact that we're not able to go out into the world right now. And even when we are able to go back out into it full bore, we'll have that much more in all of our arsenals. So, I encourage you to not lose hope, to not lose faith in what you're doing, to keep on your path and keep finding ways. Innovation drives us forward, and it's in times like these that we must get really innovative. So I encourage you to do that. Also, I encourage you to visit undergroundmusiccollective.com. That's our central hub. You can also watch UMC Real Talk and some other videos on YouTube. If you're there, hit subscribe. If you're not, go to YouTube, search Underground Music Collective, and hit subscribe. Also, find Underground Music Collective on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find the UMC 20 playlist on Spotify, as well as the Quinn Spin podcast, Two Ends and Quinn, Two Ends and Spin. You can also find that on Anchor, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and more. I will see you soon again. Hopefully my lights are here and I'll be, bright and in front of you, front and center next week. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully we see each other in person very soon.